Tonight, Grok, the AI tool from Elon Musk's company X, is under fire. The app, which has an image editing feature, is now being used to create non-consensual and sexualized deepfake images of women and children.
The technology secretary has warned Elon Musk's social media site X must urgently act after its AI chatbot known as Grok was used to create sexualized deepfake images.
He called it a mass digital undressing spree.
Man, Twitter is one of the most dangerous places in the world. And what makes it so dangerous is because it's a social media platform where you can get every type of content.
There used to be a time where seeing something online meant something. Not that it was always true, but at least it came from a real moment, a real person, a real camera. Now we're entering an era where the internet doesn't just lie, it impersonates. Images don't document reality anymore. Voices don't prove presence. Videos don't guarantee truth. And the scariest part, this didn't arrive with a big warning sign. It didn't feel like a revolution. It felt like a featured update.
Whenever you ask ChatGPT to turn you into a frog or whatever bullshit you might be wanting to do, you're actively killing us. People are going to say that's a little dramatic to say, but I think we're there. I think the situation is that dire. We are seeing people with such a lack of accountability and follow through in really powerful spaces, like in academia, behind a journalist desk, or in the Oval Office while gallivanting around using generative AI. There are places in America who have to ration water because these very same data centers that power AI are compromising the water. How? By trying to cool down the equipment that answers your prompt. You can see here how you are exacerbating the problem.
The last time I talked about how AI was making everything quietly worse, the infrastructure, the pollution, the water usage, and how all of that gets buried under TikTok creator drama, streamer drama, TikTok trends, and digital noise as a whole. This is part 2. Because while we're all distracted once again by all of the noise, AI didn't just get more powerful, it crossed hella lines. Identity used to be anchored to physical reality. Your face, your voice, your presence. Now identity is becoming a visual and audio pattern that can be copied, remixed, and redeployed.
I need you to tell me what this looks like to you. Does this look fake to you? We at a point right now where we can't tell if AI videos are real or fake. But the shit I'm about to show you right now looks too real to be fake. So you got people on this app that's ripping off their face, and under the skin of their face is an alien. But the way this shit looks, it's no way it can be fake.
I built one realistic AI avatar. She creates my content for me. No filming, no burnout.
Deepfakes started as harmless experiments. I know everybody remembers the Will Smith eating spaghetti, all that old shit, man. Then we moved on to the face swaps and shit, the jokes, the memes, all that. But what they really introduced was an illusion. That identity itself isn't just data. Once identity becomes data, it becomes editable. And once it becomes editable, it becomes transferable. We're no longer asking, is this real? We're asking, was this generated well enough? And that shift matters more than people realize. Every dangerous technology starts off as entertainment. Deepfakes didn't begin as weapons. They began as novelty. But novelty lowers defenses. People stop questioning, people stop resisting, and stop imagining worst case scenarios. So when deepfakes moved on from celebrities to normal people, there was no cultural alarm, just curiosity.
Man, Twitter is one of the most dangerous places in the world. And what makes it so dangerous is because it's a social media platform where you can get every type of content. You know, you can get good stock advice on Twitter. You can get good Christian Bible advice on Twitter, great sports highlights on Twitter. But you can also get the dark side of Twitter, you know, where they're showing literally everything. And the hard part about Twitter is that it's not hard to fall into that dark side of Twitter, because you can be on a sports page going through the comments, and all of a sudden, boom, you see something that's like, oh snap, and like it don't even have to be related to what they're commenting, but you know, it'll be.
Now we're here, a space where anyone with an image can be turned into content. Hold on, let me say that one more time. A space where anybody with an image can be turned into content that they never consented to. And the problem is bigger than faces. AI now creates voice clones, synthetic speech, full body video, believable expressions, make fucking music, hell, even emotional timing. This isn't editing anymore. This is performance synthesis. You don't need new footage. AI feeds on what already exists. Photos, videos, Instagram posts, TikToks. Your digital past becomes raw material. And the more you're online, the more vulnerable you become.
Grok enhanced its image generation abilities with a new model last month.
I was disgusted.
Content creator Ashley St. Clair, who has a child with Musk, says she's seen countless explicit images of herself, which she says were generated by the chatbot and shared across the platform. She's asked Grok to stop sharing the images.
There should be consequences because this is a much larger issue that's outside of me.
How can this happen? Why is this allowed and why has nothing been done about it? Someone replied to me and asked Grok to put me in a bikini. I feel like violated seeing it because it's like I didn't consent to this. This is like a picture of me like just doing a cool makeup look and people are stripping me. There's so many places online that you can do this, but the fact that it was happening on Twitter with the built-in AI bot, it just threw me off.
This is where things turn dark, because that space where any image can be turned into content, yeah, that's X. Elon Musk's AI tool Grok got some new added feature where you can edit other people's images without their consent. There's no sort of like restriction or anything to this. At first it looked harmless, and then people realized what they could do, specifically the weirdos and the creepos and all them weird ass niggas that be on Twitter. Undress women, sexualize real people, manipulate images of girls without their consent, and worse, they were underage girls. Like what is wrong with you guys? This isn't speculation. This isn't fear mongering. This has crossed into criminal behavior. News outlets are covering it. TikTok has exploded with different reactions. But notice something important. The outrage focused on the shock, not the system that made it possible. This wasn't a bug. It was a capability. When AI tools allow such violation at scale, they stop being tools. They become weapons.
He called it a mass digital undressing spree. Over the weekend, Elon Musk's AI chatbot Grok, which once called itself Mega Hitler, created non-consensual, sexualized images of women and children, and then posted them to X, where they were shared over and over and over again. And then instead of taking any kind of accountability as the platform and chatbot owner, they had Grok apologize, admitting that the platform generated and shared AI images of 2 young girls estimated aged 12 to 16 in sexualized attire. In lieu of human accountability, the chatbot was prompted to create this statement saying that it potentially violated US laws and created CSAM. This whole thing is getting treated like an oopsie when it should be treated as a major crime. And also, it's still happening. And they haven't stopped it. It's still happening. Even right now, there's a victim on X who took to the platform to protest a violation of her privacy. And what happened next? Copycats started asking Grok to create even more explicit photos of this woman. Yes.
One analysis found more than 50% of images generated by Grok between December 25th and January 1st were non-consensual sexual images, primarily targeting women. And 2% of them depicting a person who appeared to be 18 or younger.
With Grok, imagine, you can turn any of your pictures into videos.
An NBC News review found even though many of the inappropriate images were taken down, Grok continues to produce sexualized images of non-consenting parties. Musk did not respond to NBC's request for comment, but posted on X that anyone using Grok to make illegal content will suffer the same consequences as if they uploaded illegal content. Though Musk also using Grok to make a deepfake version of himself wearing a bikini, calling the app's creation perfect. Gotti Schwartz, NBC News.
Which has demanded answers from Musk's AI company, XAI. The regulator is now investigating whether safeguards are failing under the Online Safety Act.
Think about all the women in your life. Your mom, your grandma, your aunties, your little cousin, your sisters. Whether they want it to happen or not, their images being online can be exploited by these weird dudes. I'm not saying like get off the fucking internet, but just like be careful how you guys use it, bro, and how you roam around now, knowing this information. Because this exploitation isn't random. It overwhelmingly targets women and disturbingly young girls. That's not an AI problem, gang. That's a human one. AI didn't invent entitlement. It automated it. Desire without consent. Access without accountability. Power without friction.
Of a young woman who took pictures of herself going out on New Year's Eve, and this is what she came back to when she opened up the app. A bunch of men asking Grok to take off her clothes. This woman posted this photo, and somebody asked Grok to put her in a small, transparent micro bikini. This woman had a similar experience. Here are 2 photos that Grok made of her. The one on the left, the person had asked for her to be put in a bikini, and the one on the right, they had asked for her to be put in a bikini and to be slathered in baby oil. As women have been trying to raise awareness about this and say, hey, this isn't right. I haven't consented to my photos being used in this way. A lot of men are in the comments saying, well, you posted this picture on the internet, so this is what's going to happen. Or the terms of service mean that you give up the rights to this photo once you post it on this website. And what people seem to not understand is that consent actually matters. And when a woman posts a photo of herself in whatever outfit, it's not giving anyone permission to change her outfit. This is true even for people who have OnlyFans accounts or people who have posted photos of themselves in a bikini before, because when they choose to do so, it is their right to do so.
And platforms weren't unprepared. They were unwilling, because sexual content drives engagement, and engagement drives profit. Deepfakes don't just hurt individuals, they destroy trust. When anything can be fake, real evidence becomes questionable, real victims get doubted, real accountability collapses. And this shit is already being being used for harassment, political disinformation, smear campaigns, intimidation, all of that nonsense, gang. Truth becomes optional, belief becomes partisan, reality becomes negotiable, and society doesn't function like that. Psychologically, this changes everything. People become detached, suspicious, emotionally numb. When nothing feels real, nothing feels urgent. And that creates apathy, which is incredibly useful for systems that don't want resistance. A society that doubts everything eventually stops caring about anything.
Nothing really shocks me anymore, and I don't say that lightly. I don't say it to sound tough. I don't say it like I've seen it all. I say it because I genuinely can't remember the last time I was surprised or shocked. I think we've seen too much. We've seen how casually people can hurt each other and still sleep at night. We've seen loyalty collapse under pressure. We've seen love become conditional. We've seen promises evaporate the second accountability shows up. We've watched people betray friends, families fracture, relationships implode over ego, insecurity, attention. We've seen humanity fail in quiet ways and loud ones. And we've seen wars, we've seen displacements, we've seen entire lives reduced to headlines and scrolled past in seconds. We've seen how quickly the world moves on from someone else's devastation. We've seen how easy it is to look away. So when something disappointing happens now, someone lies, someone leaves, someone shows a side you didn't expect, I don't say I'm shocked. I pause, I breathe, and I shrug. I say, okay, not because it doesn't hurt, not because it doesn't matter, but because nothing about it is unfamiliar.
While AI reshapes identity, what dominates attention? World War III TikToks, draft panic, fear loops. Whether war happens or not isn't even the point. The point is how easily attention gets hijacked. Fear spread faster than nuance. Panic outperforms context. So while structural changes happen quietly, the algorithm keeps people emotionally busy. Yes, detection tools exist, but this is an arms race, not a solution. Every detector trains better fakes. Every safeguard invites bypasses. Technology won't save us alone because the problem isn't capability, it's culture. So what do? We build literacy, we slow the fuck down, we question emotionally loaded content, and we demand accountability from platforms. Most importantly, we stop pretending this is inevitable. The future of digital identity isn't fixed, it's being decided right now. AI didn't destroy reality overnight, man. It replaced it gradually, feature by feature, update by update. In a world where identity is editable, consent is optional, and truth is negotiable, the question isn't what AI can do. It's whether we're willing to live in a world that it's quietly creating. If you got any thoughts, critiques, or shit, you just enjoyed the motherfucking video, make sure you leave a comment down below, man. And also leave a like and subscribe. I will be starting to go live on Twitch soon, so if you don't mind, go ahead, drop a follow on the Twitch. The links will be in the description below. Other than that, man, I'm out this hoe. I'll see y'all boys in the next one. Deuces.